Guys, I get lots of messages from fishermen like you asking me for advice about how to catch fish at their local lake or river. And I got a message from my buddy Ryan here asking me to come help him out with Lake Brittle here in Northern Virginia. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna see if we can't figure this lake out together. So I've been here a couple times, but never really fished it that seriously for catfish. So this is gonna be a bit of a learning experience, and I'm gonna walk you through what we're doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing and kind of the process. And hopefully you can apply what we're doing to your local water and catch some more catfish. All right? Anytime people ask me what my favorite bait is, it's always fresh, local bait fish. Whatever the catfish are feeding on naturally, whether it's bluegill or shad or suckers or carp or whatever it is, that's what I want to use. And so the first thing I do when I get to a lake is try to figure out what kind of bait fish there are in here. And I've been seeing a load of shad jumping around here by the boat launch, and there's a lot of panfish. So we got red ear, we've got bluegill, we've got crappie. We also have golden shiner in here. And some of that we know because we've seen them here, and other we know because we've been talking to local fishermen, or we even went on the Department of Fish and Game website and looked up their latest fish survey to find out what's in here. There's some big flatheads, and this place is stocked regularly with channel catfish. So that's what we're gonna go for. We want live bait for the big flatheads, and we're gonna use cut frozen shad for the channel catfish. All right, we're struggling to get some bait, but we're sticking at this. One, we really want some live bait for flatheads, and two, figuring out where the bait is really key to figuring out where the catfish are. So sticking at this, we might learn a little something or two about where to look for catfish. Come on, bluegill. Oh, there we go. There we go. Tippity tap. We got a bluegill! This is one of the hardest fought bluegill we've had in a long time, so I am pretty stoked. Okay. Normally I'd like to pick up a bluegill every 3-4 minutes. I think we've been doing this 15 minutes and we got one bluegill. Those of you who watch my videos a lot, you'll recognize this setup. This is the Zebco Dock Demon. It's a $9, $10 combo. You can get them at Walmart online. I've got a weighted bobber, and I've got a number 12 Eagle Claw, a little bit of worm. This is my go-to bluegill bait catching setup. Here we go, another little bluegill. Woohoo! This is brutal, guys. This is brutal. That feeling when you're struggling just to catch bait. You know, it's all part of the learning process. We're gonna get them. Well, bluegill number 3, technically enough to bait each rod I brought, but not anything more than that. We might have to keep fishing for bluegill while we catfish. You know, the nice thing about catching your own bait on rod and reel is technically it means we haven't been skunked. You know, how many you caught? I'm up to 3, man. Yeah. We're rocking this. All right, about an hour, 15 minutes, and we have caught 4. Look at that trophy there, Ryan.
Look at that, hold on. So I think you do it like
oh, it's a 15 pounder, man. That thing is huge. All right, guys, let me show you what my thinking is for where we're gonna set up. We are right here, and the fishing pier is right there where we just caught the fish. I wanna fish right here, this neck of land. Points are often good because as fish go around them, they hug close to shore. Plus, you can see here, it's a steep drop-off. And there's some steep drop-offs right here along the dam and around here along the point. And I prefer this over the dam for a very good reason. There's no trees overhanging the dam. So there's very few limbs and very little garbage down here. Right around here, there's lots of sunken trees. There's grass along the shore. It's not just concrete. So I think you're gonna have a lot better action in there. So we can set up on the point, we can try different sides of the point and fish around a bit. So that's the game plan. Here's one of my favorite new ones. This is an Okuma SST with a Cast King. Here's an Ugly Stick GX2 with the Ming Yang bait caster. The Shatter Cat with the Abu Garcia Catfish Special. Is that a hot rod? That's sexy. That is sexy. B&M Silver Cat with another Cast King on it. A warrior cat with another Ming Yang reel. Got a St. Croix's Mojo cat with a Ming Yang.
Whoa, this is light.
Yeah. That is Cabela's Mag Touch rod, which is one of my favorite spinning rods ever. We ain't screwing around tonight, Ryan.
No, we're not.
It's gonna be awesome. All right, if you're gonna be bank fishing, you're gonna do a little walking, get one of these rod quivers. The British carp anglers use these all the time. So I got this from bigcarptackle.com, but it carries your rods, and then I've got my rod holders, my camera tripods, bite alarms, and odds and ends all shoved down in there. So let's do this. I'm gonna go for a walk. So I got our 4 bluegill and our flow troll here. We're gonna go for a hike.
Yeah.
All right, we're here on the point, and we need to get ourselves set up. And I brought my bite alarms so we can spread out a little bit and still keep an eye on what's going on. But this is where I want to start. Right here I've got a steep drop off with emergent vegetation which draws in the bait fish, and I've got some snags and fallen timber out in the water, which gives a lot of places for catfish to hide and hunt. So I've got GX2 and one of these deeper Pro Pluses. We're gonna put this thing on and I'm gonna see if I can't locate some snags, and we're gonna start fishing those. Okay, so there we go. Deeper Pro Plus. A lot of people think these are fish finders. They're really not. They're structure finders. I mean, it's pretty rare for you to see the fish you're targeting on these things, even the nice ones. It's really about finding structure. So that's out 12 feet too. So 12 feet seems to be where it plateaus at. So one thing I want to do is define the edge of the shelf. So it's pretty flat, it's hugging about 11 feet. It's coming up slowly. 9 feet. Now it's kind of picking up some. So right about there, that's where the bottom of the shelf is. Right there, that's a fish right there. That's a fish. There we go. There's one. Okay, I cut the fin off because that makes your bait twirl. And then a piece like that, maybe a head piece. And sometimes when you got small blues, small catfish, I cut the gut pouch out. So nice little chunks, so kind of 3 good pieces like that. Right through the back, leave lots of hook point exposed. That's the key, leave lots of hook point exposed, otherwise you'll lose fish and gut hook fish. All right, so here we got that shell. We got a little snag over here. So we're gonna go put some bait right out there at the bottom of that shelf.
Like right there?
That looks good to me. Okay, so this is one of those bite and run reels. This is one of those dual drag bite and run reels. So we just go click like that. Fish comes, rod doesn't go in the water. Fish bites, turn the handle, puts on the fighting drag. There you go. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, this will tell me if we get a bite, and the light lights up, tells us which rod it is. So each rod has a color, and there you go. Oh yeah, I think it's this one over here. Yeah, see how the light's still illuminated? Tells you that's...
Does it pick it up?
I know, hold on. Yeah, just reel it a little bit. Just reel it a little bit. He might be on there still. You feel anything? Just stop. Let's sit right there. See if it twitches. Go ahead and put it back down. Yeah, something hit it. The line had some slack in it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Okay, so like that. There we go. Reel it down, see what happens.
Yeah, it's on.
There you go, you got it. Go pull it, reel him in, man. Snagged up.
Yeah.
He might have swam himself into something.
No, he's still there. Yeah, he's still there.
But it's snagged up.
It's snagged. It's
Something's given, but it's under a lot of strain. So I'm not sure if it's the fish coming or the log direct. Oh,
no,
I'm moving this. Oh,
Dude.
I think that's it.
Got the lead.
We got something back.
All right.
We just lost the hook. We are gonna kill ourselves in the dark.
In the dark, we're done. All right, so I'm gonna reel into it.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Reel, pop it up. Just turn the handle. Yeah, isn't that nice? Just turning the handle and you got him. Oh, I swear I thought it was on there.
I thought it was too.
All right, that took what, precisely 15 seconds?
Yep.
So here's the benefit of catching your own live bait, right? We sat over there by the dam and fished for an hour and a half and caught 4 fish. We've been here and we're just reeling them in. There's bluegill everywhere. So you finally find out where the bluegill are. Odds are you're gonna find out where the catfish are, because if the hunting is that sucky over by the dam, why would the catfish be there? Yep. If you cast bait in front of a catfish, it's gonna bite it. I mean, they're not a very picky animal. So if you're not getting bites, it usually means you're not where the catfish are at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a 15-minute timer. And if we don't get a hit on a rod in 15 minutes, we're gonna pick it up and move it and cast it somewhere else, okay? And we're gonna keep doing that until we start getting hits. That's all right. Hold on, there's nothing on there right now. Just maybe give it a crank, one crank with the handle and see what happens. Well, we've let the rod soak a good long time. We've been here about 5 hours. I think an hour and a half of that was bluegill fishing though. Yep. And man, just really haven't had much. A lot of little bites, some bait stolen. We had one fish on that got snagged up, but it didn't seem like it was all that big. So we got to move spots. We've kind of exhausted all the recasting we can do in these spots, and it's just time to try something else. So we're gonna move one more spot before we need to call it for the night. Four and a half hours of fishing, and we have nothing to show for it. Not a single catfish on the bank. Lake Brutal lives up to its name.
Yeah.
So definitely a hard place to fish. And I'll tell you guys, that's the dirty little secret about these videos. Like, a lot of you guys will sit at home and watch me catch loads and loads of fish. And you know what it is? It's location, location, location. That's about 80–90% of what I do is just being in the right spot and getting in a body of water that's just chock full of catfish that are really huge and fishing there. That's really the key, okay? And if a lot of you are at your local pond and it's just really, really hard, it might not be you. It might just be it's a place with very, very few catfish in it. Yep. Which, like Lake Brittle. Keep at it. You'll catch them. You'll get them. And when you do, you should be extremely proud of yourself, because I got to tell you, if you can catch a nice little catfish out of a place like this, that's worth 10 of my big fish in a place where everyone catches big fish. Thanks for watching, guys. Click subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this. I'm going to try to get out and go fishing with some more subscribers and doing some more adventures, and we've got tons of rod giveaways coming up, so stay tuned.